How's it going, everyone? Welcome to my 30-minute cast with my special guest today, Zeldasauce. How's it going, Zelda? How you doing?
Good. Good. How are you?
Perfect. Uh, you're also a local Canadian, like myself, so
Yeah.
same time zone is great. Uh, I can't wait for the future podcasts with people that are on the other side of the planet. It's going to be very interesting, at least for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love talking to
So
people from the other side of the world too.
I know online it kind of it opens that up for that. All right. So my first question to you is, what is it like being a streamer and a full-time mom?
I mean, there's obvious difficulties that everyone's going to realize. There's less time available in the day. I spend 90% of my time with my kids. I also have to worry about protecting them from the internet. I know that
That's
in
right.
in TikTok and in social media, a lot of moms or dads use their kids to kind of gain followers, gain
Yeah.
views. I'm not about that.
No.
I feel
Same
like
here.
I need to protect my kids. I don't want their identities out there. So one of the first things I did was lock down my accounts. I chose not to ever show them in public.
Yep.
Um, I'm trying to keep them as safe as possible, and I know when they're older, at least they'll have the option. And they won't be plastered all over the internet.
Of course. And you always get that person coming into the channel while you're streaming and saying, "Oh, do you have kids?" And then how old are they? And all that. And you're just like myself. I'm like, I have kids. That's all you get to know. Sorry, the world's just horrible. And you know, yeah,
Yeah, and I've seen it too, and it's disturbing. We've all seen it. We've all
yeah. It's
watched
scary.
the
It's
the
really
FBI
scary.
shows. So that was one thing I decided for myself is to keep them out of it. So when I'm streaming, the odd time though, my kids have come down the stairs. So
Yep.
that adds an extra like security element. So I have to hit my BRB screen, mute up my mic,
Yep.
like tell everyone like hold on a sec, like whatever I have to do to keep them off, and then I deal with it right away.
Yeah,
It's
luckily
just
with my green screen, even if they're right next to me here, no one can see them. But I hear the door because this door's kind of silly. I mute and then we go through a whole conversation. If I have to leave, yeah, we hit BRB and there you
yeah,
go. Even
yeah.
while in a game, I mean, it's we used to call it baby aggro, where we would be playing and we would be doing a raid for like World of Warcraft, me and my wife, and one of the kids wakes up, oh, baby aggro, mid raid, and we just walk away. Sorry.
Yeah.
So if you're the tank or the healer, I mean, we played with people that knew us, so it was okay, and they knew we had kids. But there was times where we were just with no one, and we just walk away, and you're like, I can't. I'm sorry, kid comes
Yeah,
first. So
real life comes first always. I agree with that
hundred
one.
percent, 100%.
The other trying part of that was my kids were sick a ton last
That's
year.
right. That's
Just
right.
bouncing colds, flus, you name it, strep throat back and forth throughout our house. We had COVID 3 times.
And then you getting sick too, right? So you're it's
Yes.
not only taking care of the kid and you can't stream. It's okay. It's okay. That's just natural. So it's not just a kid getting sick and you have to take time off. You also get sick and then you're like, how sick am I? Can I actually stream? Because I know I have to, or I'm just too sick and I'm just gonna miss those days out. And then hopefully everyone understands, which is never the case. So because nobody decides to read the memo.
No, and I mean, you
Yeah.
always make the posts on social media and Discord, but then everyone's like, "Where were you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was sick." And they're like, "Again?" Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry,
Yeah.
someone rang my doorbell. See,
No,
real
that's
life.
okay. Real life stuff. Yeah. No, that's. I had to kick my kids out. Like up until like right before I called you the first time, they're on the computer. I'm like, okay, I actually have to start and do this. Like, you guys can do this later. Get out of here. Yeah, it's as common as it gets. All right. Well, we can speed up and go into the next question if you'd like. Um.
Oh, I will say though, like even with all those difficulties,
Yeah.
being a mom, adding all the extra hardships that we have, I would encourage people to give it a shot if they're interested in it. I wouldn't say don't do it because when I was a newer mom, my whole life revolved around the kids, and I
Yep.
felt like I had no part of me left. It was just all about the kids. So now I have this little bit at nighttime where I feel like me and I get to do things for me and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So if it's something that you enjoy, don't be scared. People will
Yeah.
understand if your kids are sick or you have to go or you get interrupted.
Yeah, and at one point, you know your kid's schedule. You know how long they're going to be sleeping. Probably the best time is when they're sleeping. So it might not be a nighttime stream. It might be like an afternoon stream, and it might not be like a full stream if you have a full stream. Like you said, like 3 hours, 2 hours. If what however long the nap time is or bedtime routine is, you already know. But in the back of your head, obviously, anything can come up, and you just have to go with it. It's
I
even though it's scheduled, it's
yeah.
not scheduled. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my schedule, but if something comes up, people are really understanding. So
Yeah,
I would still encourage it, even though it's a little more difficult.
100%. At least try it out and see. And if you obviously find people in the community that can help you out, it's not that bad. Everyone starts out nervous. It's not like you just naturally go into streaming and everything's set up. And oh no, the amount of times I've failed, even now I
Oh,
fail all the time. So
I
yeah,
cringe at my clips from the very first couple months. I'm like, oh,
yeah, yeah. It
we all
happens.
start somewhere.
100%. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go with like question number two. What are your thoughts on girl streamers and their communities backseat driving them?
It's happened a lot to me, especially when I'm learning a new game. So lately, I've been trying to partake in World of Tanks. It's a very new game, fast paced PvP. They don't hold your hand in that game. I get
No.
blown up in two shots all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just not something I was used to, and I find a lot of people will come in and they want to help. They have good intentions, but they want to interrupt my stream. They say, "Okay, come into a training room with me. Let's do this 1v1 training room." And I'm like, "I have a whole stream planned out. I don't
Yep.
just wing it. I'm in the div with two other people that are experienced players and know how to play, and they're trying to help me um with my current skill level. They know how I play. They're used to how I work. And everyone learns differently, but I mean it's typically not with bad intent these people
No.
backseat gaming, but it can be really overwhelming. And I also like when I'm playing, I'll find some people be like, turn here, shoot that guy, go
Yeah.
that way, like literally almost step by step instructions. And with Twitch too, you're a few seconds behind anyways, so it's gonna be too late by the time they write
Well,
that.
can you even imagine that? Are you even having fun at that point? You're just doing what
Yeah.
they're telling you to do, and there's no why even play the game, right? Like I
Yeah.
can understand that. It's funny because it's happened to me too, where people come in trying to help out. Um, just I guess never being on the channel, they have no idea who you are, and it's sometimes the way they type things out. You might read it a different way, so it kind of sometimes feels like an attack. And like you said, it's not intentional. They're not trying to be buttheads about it, but they come in and they're trying to take over everything,
Yeah.
and you can't even have time to think and read it and learn and play, and you're talking to the rest of the chat. It is overwhelming for sure.
It is.
Um,
And with me, and then they'll say, "Oh, watch this person's YouTubes," and I do, and I'm like, "That's fine," but the way I learn, I have to actually go in there
yeah,
in that situation and do it.
yeah.
So, training rooms, watching YouTube videos, reading things doesn't help me cuz it's just not how my brain processes it, but they still try. So,
Well,
it's
also the fact that I mean they come in seeing a girl playing, thinking that well girls don't know anything, like that weird concept of thinking. So they have to
yeah.
take a hold of the situation in any which way possible, and then they get angry when you turn them down. It's funny because like
Yeah.
you can offer and just leave it at that, but they have to go beyond that, and then they get upset, and then they say something dumb, and well hopefully the mods are there, boom ban, bye. Like thank you for coming in to let me know how you felt.
I do
So,
find like there's a nice little feature on Twitch now that'll be like first message so you can tell if someone's brand new, and I do
yep,
find that often these people trying to tell me how to play, it's their first message ever. They're not even like following yet. I
yep,
don't know who they are. They don't know how I play. They don't know
yeah,
anything about how
yeah.
I run my stream or play, and they're just trying to like take me away from it. Oh, I'll take you at a trading room 1v1, and I'm just no. And
That's an
even
interesting
after
one.
I say no
Yeah.
multiple times, they'll still try to backseat game. They'll still try to tell me how to play.
Yeah, it's
That's
tough.
yeah.
And then you just have to boot them or time them out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
then usually the mods will get involved after they're
yeah.
repeatedly telling them no, no, no.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. It's like I don't know. I guess gaming used to always growing up, you'd think that you'd play with your guy friends and that was it. You never expected girls to want to play games or sit there and actually be good at something, which a lot of girls are. Most of them are. Most of the girls that actually play games that I know are really good at games, like just naturally, or they figure it out so fast. Like it takes one or two times, but it's like that for me too. I don't just go into a game and be like, I'm a guy, I know how to do things. Let's just go. I'm the best now. No, it's really dumb. It's really dumb concept. Um, yeah, I wouldn't want that for any girl. And um, you being part of the stream team, it's happened to other streamers in our stream team. Um, and a lot of it's just like 99% of it's good intention, but then you get that group of people that come in, then they're just way too negative about it, and it's hard to talk to
Yeah,
them.
or they just don't listen, and like
No,
we
they
were
don't
saying,
listen at
where
all. Yeah, they
they
don't
say the
bother
same thing
listening to me.
over and over again, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
No one's gonna be good at a complicated game the first time they play it. And a lot of like I'll remind them, "Oh, I only have 25 battles." How many
yeah.
battles do you have?
That's true
1,000,
too.
60,000, 50,000. They
Yeah,
or
that
how many
practice makes
years have you
perfect.
been playing?
Yeah,
I
and
get
they're
asked
seeing
that
things that you
question,
don't. Yeah,
like, "How many years have you been playing?" And I'm
yeah.
like, "Well, the amount of years
Yesterday.
too also doesn't matter because some people can be playing 8 hours a day every single day, whereas I don't." So
Yeah, yeah.
it
They put in practice and whatnot. And you're taking care of kids, so sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
it's tough. Um. All right. Well, I guess we're moving through I'm going to ask you more than three questions then. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
But let's go to the next one. You know your girlfriends are trying to start streaming. What's some advice you're gonna tell them before they start?
Brace yourselves. Expect some creepy comments. Expect a lot of comments. Also negative with the troll side. We
Yeah,
already kind of mentioned where the girls don't game, but
yeah,
even when I just try to comment on something in social media or make a post, I will get trolls. And at first, it really bothered me.
yeah,
I would get upset. I would confide to my friends. I would wonder if this is right for me. After so long, you kind of get used to it. You learn to just tune them out because there's so many wonderful people that can appreciate you and not judge you. And there's like this tiny amount of people that are going to be rude. And they're rude to anyone. And they're just,
yeah,
I see it more now as they're negative. They probably have something going on in their life. It's just
yeah.
how they
I
are.
I feel bad for them because clearly something's up, and
Yeah.
they don't know how to talk to people, and they only know how to lash out and attack, especially if they see something good and they're jealous. So the way they deal with it is by just attacking and trying to really demoralize you, so then they can then be like, "Aha, I am better than them." But it's not the truth. I mean, it actually happens to me too. It's kind of weird. I've seen it happen to other men where you don't really know who's talking to you. It could be a man or a woman, but you
Yeah.
get really weird sexual comments all the time, and you get constantly attacked on what you're doing in the game, or constantly attacked on your looks, right? Even though I tell people when you're streaming, the best thing you can do is actually have a camera on, because then, people can then relate to your face and hear that voice. I know a lot of streamers don't want that, or they're teachers and they don't want to show
Yeah.
their face, or they can only do the VTuber stuff. I mean, that's fine at the end of the day.
There are
But
some successful people that have managed to pull it off, but I feel like
yeah,
you have to try that much harder because people will have a harder time connecting to you.
100%, 100%.
I
Um,
mean, I've straight up gotten comments, girls can't game. I've had one guy that said, like, did your daddy buy you that PC? Like, because girls don't buy PCs.
can't. You don't know how to. Yeah, yeah,
I don't even know. Do you even know what your specs are? And I'm like, well, yeah, I helped build my computer.
yeah.
Like,
Wow.
uh,
Well,
yeah, I've heard it all.
what else would you tell then a female streamer?
One of the best pieces of advice that I did for myself was on all social medias and all forms of media that you use. So you're streaming Twitch, TikTok, everywhere. Make it so that only mutuals can message you. So friends only. When I had DMs open, I was like bombarded by sexual comments, creepy comments, mean comments, just disturbing things. Since I've put it on friends only, it's pretty much stopped
Yeah.
and it's much more peaceful. So I think that'd be a really good advice for new people is just you're not really going to miss out on anything. If
Oh no,
someone
not at all.
yeah, if someone really wants to talk to you, they can ask
Yeah.
and then you can always friend them, but at least you'll be prepared.
Yeah,
I
and
did I had
go.
one person ask first and then I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Can I message you?" I'm like, yeah." It's kind of newer to the community. Then he messaged me that he wanted feet pics. So you could still end up getting the creepy comments, but
Yeah, they try
it's
to sneak
way
in.
less. Yeah. They're never
Yeah.
gonna fully go away, I
No,
guess.
and you also want, if you're gonna ever want to talk to anyone in your community, you want them to be there quite often and commenting regularly normal things on your social media, on your stream and whatnot, which then shows that they're actually interested in the person that you are, not just anything, not to get anything out of you, right? Um,
Yeah.
I find
Um
it as a streamer, a really good thing also to do if you're going to start right away is honestly get a mod right away. If you can get your boyfriend, your husband, your parents, any close friend, like at first stream, having an actual mod there, because learning that on the fly while they're there attacking you right away or being rude right away, which happens literally your first stream, it'll happen
yes.
for a girl especially. Doesn't matter what you wear, doesn't matter how you present yourself. They're gonna come in and they're gonna start right away, and you're gonna be scrambling how to get rid of them, which will be upsetting you. Like you said, you have to kind of get your mentality to the point where it shouldn't be bothering you that they're attacking because they're just trying to get attention. But that takes time, right? Not everyone's gonna
It
just jump into that
I would
role.
say over a year, maybe even 2 years
Mm.
it took me to get the thicker skin and to stop being hurt by what other people were saying about me.
I mean,
Like I lost sleep over it, but
same, same. I honestly, within the last 2 years, I finally got over comments because I also get a lot of negative comments. Not to talk about that, but it's to get your mindset through and know that wait a second, why am I losing sleep over this? It's gonna happen
Mhm.
nonstop. It's gonna happen from people that I don't even know. Like literally none of these people I know. I don't know who they are. I don't know where they live. Why am I caring so much and losing sleep? Confiding into my wife and asking myself, like you said, why should I keep streaming? Like, why am I doing this? It's
Mhm.
just constant harassment. And yet the whole point of this was, you want to just stream and have some fun. And if you make
Yeah.
friends along the way, wonderful, right? So I don't
And
think
I
anyone
have,
really,
so
yeah, same, same. I mean, we're friends. We've actually met each other as well. So that's like the next level of bonus, I think, the way I see it is if I can meet my community, it just makes it more real, right? Because you can
yeah.
see people's faces online, you can talk to them every day, but it's totally different when you finally meet up and have a conversation and have a drink or whatever.
It's
Right. So,
actually like interesting for me to hear though that it's not really gender secluded because you're getting the same kind of comments that
oh
I
yeah,
am.
every
And
day.
so it is
It
good to
literally
know like
every day, and I've been
for
streaming for
both
5 years. Yeah, so
for any gender. I mean, you are probably going to get it. So be ready, have your mods, like Wookie
Yeah.
said. I had my sister and a friend that had been using Twitch. I didn't even know how to mod, and
Nope.
luckily they did. Like, so it helped.
Yeah, I didn't have mods for over 2 years. I just didn't have anyone. There was no one around long enough for me to then make friends with them to trust them with the power of a mod and
Yeah,
whatnot. Because
that's why
there's still a lot to
people
it.
you
It's
actually know, like in real life, and that's what I used was a real life friend and my sister at first. And then
yeah.
once I could trust some of these more regular community members, I had one mod actually that flipped out on me on stream. So you
Wow.
never know.
No, I've gone through a lot of mods. The ones you know now are, let's say, third generation mods. If
Mm.
we're gonna have to talk about a group of
Yeah,
mods,
I think I'm about third gen as well.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
we've had
blur it up. No, but
yeah, the one I think he was drunk and I didn't do what he wanted me to do that night. And
yeah.
he just flipped out on me, flipped out on everyone else. So I kicked him out of the Discord. And then as I was scrambling to try to type his name, my other mods weren't able to do anything because I guess a mod can't mod another mod.
Yep.
Only the streamer has power over them.
Yeah.
So he was in chat doing all kinds of bad things, and I was freaking out. So
Yeah.
be prepared. I mean, another thing that could happen is hate raids. I know they can also happen to either gender. It just seems to happen more to girls. I don't
And
know
that one for sure
why.
more to girls. Yeah.
So have your mods or at least have that shield button ready.
Yep.
I have one up on my Streamlabs, but you can have it up on
Yeah, but
Twitch
remember when we didn't
or
have
Stream
shield
Deck.
mod? We didn't have the
Mm,
shield. That's the brand new thing. So
that's yeah, and when I got bot rated. I don't know that it was a hate raid, but bot
yes.
rated.
Yeah.
There was no shield mode and I had
That's
to
not
just
a
do it all myself on the fly.
yeah, that's not random. That's someone targeting you. That's happened to me a
Yeah.
lot of times. Um
Yeah.
a lot of times. It's really dumb, but
And then my mods
another
were in
thing.
there trying to ban all the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
bots.
one by one. I know it takes forever.
Yeah.
Another really big thing for females, anyone, but mostly females, is you have to remember not to talk about where you live specifically
Oh,
or
I've
the
heard
place,
stories of that.
right? Or the places you go to. You have to be super broad. So for me, I live in Vancouver. You know I don't live in Vancouver, but for anyone around the planet knows I live in Vancouver. Where in Vancouver? Vancouver. Nowhere specific. I
I
do
usually
obviously
say
talk about
BC or
you say BC?
coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they do ask more specifics, I'll say Vancouver too.
Yeah.
But
And then
I
when I'm
feel like
like when we
even
go
if
to
I
Whistler, it's
oh
like, okay,
yeah.
that's Whistler. It's far away. If you guys want to meet me, message me. But other than that, that's yeah.
I've heard of people getting stalked. I actually had one friend though, online friend, and she was getting really badly stalked by a man, and she ended up having to move.
Yeah.
It kept
So
showing up.
you as the innocent person has to do everything to avoid the predator, technically.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to me, but it's a real thing that
It's
you
a real
should be
thing.
aware
A
of.
hundred percent. 100%. I had a story my sister-in-law told me. Um that there was a streamer they knew, and the person came all the way from around the world, landed, went to their house, and then constantly harassed. Like it was crazy. That's like beyond right. But with that, I mean that could be your life right there. That you don't know what they're
Yeah,
gonna do. You knock on the door, you don't know who it is, and they can attack you right away. And all you did was answer your door. So
yeah,
it's same with pictures with social media. Try to almost never shoot your house
yeah.
or outside your house. Inside your house is fine, but outside your house, they'll triangulate it and
You
do
can.
yeah. They
There's
turn into a
certain
bunch of
things.
freaking scientists to figure out where you live.
I was taking a picture of the smoke yesterday and I noticed it was while we were driving it and there was a street sign and I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
well, I can't post this on the
Yep.
internet because they'll see what street." You could easily look up the street name.
Yep.
It's
Also, if you want
it's a
people to
thought.
send you stuff, PO box, but not in your hometown.
Yeah, and PO boxes cost money here and I did have to tell one person they wanted to send me a gift
Yep.
and I said no and I was like, "It's not even that I don't like you, don't trust you. It's that if I did it for you, someone else might want
Yep.
me to do it." And it, I just can't do it for anyone. It just needs to be a
No,
blanket thing where I cannot give my address to anyone, and I
100%.
don't have a PO box because I'm just a small streamer and I wouldn't get
No, no,
enough for the
100%.
the cost to be worth
Yeah.
it. I didn't think about the city though, because it might be on there, right? Like it would say
Oh yeah.
Vancouver or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
But that means if you do get one, you have to drive to go get your packages. So, but
yeah.
how safe do you want to be, right? Um, yeah, it's crazy. Maybe another thing also, if you're any streamer, if you're gonna be telling your family about your social media, be careful because people then can find who you are through your family because your mom's gonna say, "Oh, my daughter's so great," or something like that. Oh, well, there's mom's account and it's open, and oh, look, there's all the pictures of you. Oh, and you live there, perfect. And then it's
Really
really
fast
weird.
birthday. They could find out your
Yeah,
birthdays. They could find out your city.
and then they're gonna
Watch
be
out with.
butts about it in chat and be like, "I know
Oh
when you
God,
were
yeah.
born." You're like, ban. It's like just
Yeah.
and not even a timeout because
That's a question I get asked a ton is how old are you? And I'm like, well, I already say what my birthday is, so I'm not telling my age because then you would know my full birth date.
yeah,
And I just can't have that internet like on the internet right now.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Oh, it's
eventually they could figure out my name if they tried hard enough, probably, and then they'd have my
probably
birthday and yeah, it's
it's
I've
tough.
watched TikToks where they're like, "Oh yeah, try to find my city or whatever," and the girl's like, "Okay," and it was family member that she got the
Yeah.
full birth date, the city, what university school she went to.
Mhm.
She even found a marathon that the girl ran in with pictures.
Wow.
Like it was,
Oh, and right there, it just yeah. If someone's determined, they'll find out,
yeah,
and then what? Right? You don't want to move, and then even if you want to move, you're finding out how hard it is where we live. It's not like let's just move. That's you don't
yeah,
just
or they'll try to like steal your bank information, your money, take
yeah.
out accounts in your name. You never know. Like there's all
Oh,
kinds of fraud
100%.
things. Even if they don't want to stalk you, they might want your money.
Yeah, yeah. Or they know people that can do that, and then you're giving away everything, right? And all you
Yeah.
were trying to do was play games, so it's
Just always be weary of the internet. Just be
yeah,
safe.
it's
Be safe.
weird. It's weird. At the back of your head, and sometimes that it slips, right? You slip saying something, and it's
Mhm.
and yeah. I had a stream where I went into another channel by accident that had my full name and address
Yeah.
live, and I instantly, as it happened, the mods told me, "Crap!" I went and deleted the whole VOD. Like I literally
Yeah.
stopped the stream, deleted the VOD instantly.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Because
did
even if
something
someone makes a
similar.
clip, the clip is gone if, once it's deleted, right? And you have full
Yes.
power of that. So
Yes. Yeah.
it's tough. It's
I did
tough on the
something
fly.
similar.
Yeah. And it's scary
Gotta.
too, because then you're just like, oh my gosh, what did I do? How do I recover from that? It's you constantly doubting yourself and
Panic.
panic. There's
Live
no one to
panic,
talk to.
yes.
Yeah, there's no one to talk to. And all of this mostly because I have kids, you have kids, right? If I didn't have kids, I would probably even use my real name. I would use my real name as my stream. I would be okay maybe telling them generally where I live, but not like specifically. But I'd be more okay. But because I'm married, I have kids,
Mhm.
I want my privacy mostly because of them, right? Life is just different now, and
Yeah, I mean, that was a big reason why I decided to keep my streams and my media more PG. Most people know that I don't swear a lot on my streams. The very odd one will come out, and everyone in chat just goes crazy because it's so like it just rare. It never happens with me, and I keep my pictures pretty tame.
yeah.
I know not everyone does, but for me, it's like I have kids, and if it ever did go out, like, oh, your mom is on social media, this is your mom, I want them to not be embarrassed or
Yeah, of course.
shamed or anything.
Of course. Well,
Be that good role model.
of course. Well, for everyone too, not just the kids. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for sticking around for half an hour with me and answering some questions.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah. It was fun. Perfect.
Sorry,
I'm
my
glad.
dog was barking, everybody.
Ah, no, that's bonus footage, right? Because it's raw. It's supposed to be real. It's not scripted either. I mean, all I did was give you those questions, and I mean, it can go anywhere from there. So, thank you so much for everything, and I will talk to you later.
All
And
right,
everyone
sounds
else,
good.
have a good one. We'll see you guys on your comments down below. All right, bye bye.
All right. Later.